So here are the latest updates on the U.S. debt ceiling deal. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. And for those that are unaware, they still need to vote and it needs to be passed by Senate for this limit to actually be increased. So the fight is not over. And based off of what I'm reading, it sounds like both Democrats and Republicans are not fond of this agreement. There's a lot of people that are sharing and openly speaking about how they don't agree with McCarthy as a Republican or that they don't agree with Biden as Democrat. Let me go ahead and just start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. I hope that you learned something new. I'm going to continue to provide you guys with these U.S. debt ceiling updates. They're supposed to vote on this in the next couple of days. I hope that you guys can subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and of course, drop a thumbs up. One of the first things I want to share with you is the update that we sent out to our Learn Plan Profit team about QQQ. So QQQ on the 5-minute or on the 1-minute looked very, very bearish, right? It was showing signs of lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. We were getting rejected by the moving average, but there was something very interesting going on right around the 348. But you can't see it on the 1-minute, and you really can't see it on the 5-minute either. But if you look at the 30-minute, this is why we talk about being able to look at different time frames to get different perspectives, right? Depending on what it is that you're trading, sometimes some time frames are a little bit more accurate than others. Not always, and it's never perfect. Nothing's ever 100% accurate or perfect, but it's nice to get different perspectives, to get different points of views, right? So looking at QQQ, when I looked at the 30-minute time frame, I instantly saw the potential support that we could be getting at the EMA, and just like before, again, it has held above the EMA, so it's respected that indicator before. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to, but this is what I sent out to my Learn Plan Profit team, and again, this was at 11:03 a.m., which means that this was about 2 hours before the market actually closed. And I sent out looking at QQQ on the 30-minute time frame for a potential support. So again, the whole point of my trade ideas is not to post these call outs so other people can copy, right? You should never copy what someone else is doing, but it's to get perspective, right? The feedback that I received from that message that my Learn Plan Profit team got is that, wow, I didn't look at the 30-minute time frame. I wasn't aware of that. And I think that's a big challenge for a beginner trader. It's hard to find something you don't know what you are looking for when you don't know what you are looking for, right? And that's the whole point of this, is for me to share ideas, but also for you guys to share ideas. There's a lot of times that I have conversations with other LPP members in the main chat room, and they share amazing ideas with one another that it brings a different perspective to me. Is that not the whole point of networking, right? This is why I like our LPP team so much. For those that are unaware, you guys can join. It's the second link in the description down below. But let's go ahead and talk about this latest update on the U.S. debt ceiling deal. So it says House Democrats sound off by the White House concessions in the debt limit deal. So it says, I'm still undecided. I mean, I'm angry that we are being held hostage. Yeah, they're being held hostage, not the American people, that right? And we are continuing to be held hostage because we do not have a choice. This is Republican Debbie Dingell told CNN, right? I think to a Democrat, none of us believe that we can default of the debt ceiling. Obviously, right? The thing that a lot of people need to understand is that we don't have time based off of the deadline that is set for June 5th. We don't have time for another deal. So if they don't pass this one, the chances of the U.S. defaulting over this fabricated issue is pretty high, right? And all they need to do is they can be super opinionated. I mean, it's been passed 90 times before, and there hasn't been any issues on raising the U.S. debt limit because it's in both people's favor, right? But obviously the Republicans are using this as an opportunity to begin to negotiate, right? We don't want you spending more. We want you to cut back on spending in specific areas. No, don't do this moving forward. Whatever it is that they're doing. Obviously, we're getting really close to the 2024 presidential election, and I feel like each party is trying to put the economy and the position of the U.S. in a very specific place that's more favorable for them, right? Again, so they're being held hostage? No, we're being held hostage because it's based off of their decisions and their choices for their own benefit because of their political view that will end up affecting people like you and I more than them. Let's be honest, right? Maybe it's just me. You guys can let me know down in the comment section. So it says Republican Jared Huffman said, as much as I believe from a budgetary perspective, Republicans really didn't accomplish much in this deal. We did make other concessions to them that are really tough to swallow. So I haven't yet decided how I'm going to vote, but I can tell you I don't feel good about it, he added. To me, that's all fluff. They're going to have to pass it. Yeah, you can disagree with it, but again, if you don't pass it, then we default. So it's for the greater good, right? That you should vote on this just to get it going. And maybe later on you can try to negotiate something else, right? So both were particularly concerned with the environmental policy changes, including measures in the National Environmental Policy Act. So it says Dingell's late husband, Republican John Dingell, was one of the authors of the law, which requires environmental review process for certain projects. The debt ceiling deal would streamline that process, causing concerns among many Democrats that it could cause harm to the environment. So again, because of her husband, she doesn't want to vote on something because of, again, it would kind of streamline the whole process of how some damage can happen to the environment. But again, if we don't pass this, the U.S. defaults. So I guess you guys decide what you think is more important right now, down to the wire, right? June 5th. So again, she talks more about her husband. I really don't care to speak about that. So Huffman called the move mean, saying it is a step backward on climate environmental policy, and I am not thrilled about it. So again, you can see someone else's kind of a response. I'm not thrilled about it, but she didn't say no, right? She didn't say, no, I'm not going to vote on it, because we all know, right? It's coming down to the wire. This is the one that I really want to share with you. This one was shared 29 minutes ago. It says Senator Randall Paul says he will not block vote on debt ceiling deal if he gets a vote on his amendment. I think that's the biggest thing. So in my opinion, we should demand votes on amendments, and we can get those votes on the amendments. The exchange would be to allow them to speed up the time. So I think it all really just comes down to that we just need to get this thing passed. Like, why is this becoming such a big issue? I mean, you guys can literally look into it. The U.S. debt ceiling limit has been increased over 90 times, or 90 times, I think, to be exact. Why is it, and it was never an issue before. Like, why are we creating this crisis, this potential like catastrophic event for markets, for economies, for the treasury bond, which is considered one of the safest forms of investment, when it just, we say that it doesn't make sense, but it does. And it's all because, in my opinion, of the 2024 presidential election. They want to put the economy in a specific position that is favorable for their political party. I think that's really what it comes down to. They're making a big deal out of something that is normally nothing because they want us to be positioned in a specific way that is more favorable for that political party. I don't care what political party you are, Republican or Democrat. I think it's disgusting that it's the people like you and I that always end up having to pay the price. But again, that's just my opinion. So you guys can let me know down in the comment section. Very excited to follow up. As of right now, overall NASDAQ futures are up 0.12%. So very excited to follow up for tomorrow's live trading session. Again, friendly reminder, I do trade live every morning. You don't have to be a part of it, but if you want the ability to watch me trade live every morning, if you want updates like I shared today with the Learn Plan Profit group during the Trade Ideas section, and also you get access to the A to Z video lesson library that's designed for complete beginners, and access to the TechBuds HQ. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. You get to watch me trade live every day, and you will also earn 20,000 automatic entries for the GTR giveaway. Friendly reminder, GTR giveaway does end in literally 5 days. So by signing up for Learn Plan Profit 2.0, which is the second link in the description down below, that will earn you 20,000 automatic entries just by signing up, and you also get our biggest discount. The second way that you can enter the giveaway is the fourth link in the description down below. You select your favorite items, meaning that every $1 that you spend now equals 20 automatic entries. This is the biggest multiplier. We will offer nothing bigger. And again, it's for the GTR or 50K cash. I want to remind you, do not buy anything if you don't actually want it. Don't sign up for LPP if you don't actually want the ability to watch me trade live every day. We have these incentives for you, right? Obviously, 20,000 bonus entries, or for every dollar you spend on TechBuds apparel, it's 20 automatic entries. It's great, but please do not buy anything or join something that you don't actually want to be a part of. That's the biggest thing that I want to say. If you have any questions before signing up, shoot me a direct message. It's the first or third link in the description down below. Friendly reminder, I will never reach out to you first. There's a bunch of fake accounts out there that will pretend to be me and asking you for money. I never ask for money. I offer one service, that's Learn, Plan, Profit, and that's to watch me trade live every day. And we offer one thing, that's TechBits Apparel, and that's if you want to buy some merch or the different products that we offer. Again, all of it's linked down below. You should never be receiving a message if you never initiated. I'm verified on Instagram, I'm verified on Twitter, I'm verified on YouTube, and those are the only platforms that we use. I appreciate your time. I hope that we're into thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.